Plato's works stand among the most significant intellectual contributions in human history, spanning over 30 dialogues and 13 letters. His writings explore fundamental questions of ethics, politics, knowledge, and reality. Written in dramatic dialogue form, these works transition from early Socratic discussions to metaphysical explorations and political treatises, culminating in technical refinements in his later years. This essay traces the evolution of Plato's thought, analyzing key dialogues and their enduring impact. Plato's influence on Western thought is unparalleled, as he was the first philosopher to systematize ideas into a coherent philosophical framework, from the Socratic dialogues to the grand visions of justice in the Republic. His works remain foundational to disciplines such as philosophy, political theory, and ethics. His emphasis on dialectic reasoning, the pursuit of absolute truths, and the role of the philosopher in society has shaped intellectual discourse for over 2 millennia. Plato's early dialogues primarily feature Socrates as a central figure, engaging interlocutors in discussions that seek to define ethical concepts. These dialogues, such as Apology, Crito, Euthyphro, Laches, and Lysis, are often aporetic, ending without a definitive conclusion but emphasizing the importance of philosophical inquiry. In the Apology, Plato presents Socrates' defense against accusations of impiety and corruption. Socrates famously claims that his wisdom lies in recognizing his ignorance. This dialogue not only provides insight into Socratic irony, but also establishes the foundation of philosophical skepticism and self-examination. The Crito follows Socrates in prison, where he refuses to escape, arguing that justice transcends individual interests. His commitment to law and moral integrity exemplifies his belief that wrongdoing cannot be justified by expediency. He personifies the laws of Athens, treating them as rational entities that demand obedience, highlighting an early concept of the social contract. Highlighted is the elusive nature of virtue. Several early dialogues attempt to define ethical virtues. Euthyphro explores piety, posing the famous Euthyphro dilemma: is something pious because the gods love it, or do the gods love it because it is pious? This question challenges the foundation of divine command ethics and remains a central issue in moral philosophy. Laches examines courage, contrasting battlefield bravery with the endurance of the soul. Socrates questions whether courage is merely standing firm in battle or if it requires deeper wisdom. Lysis investigates friendship, questioning whether it arises from mutual need or affection. The dialogue dissects the motivations behind human relationships and whether true friendship can exist beyond self-interest. These works showcase the Socratic method, questioning assumptions to reveal contradictions and lay the groundwork for Plato's later ethical theories. The theory of forms and the immortal soul are profound concepts within Plato's corpus. Plato's middle period marks a transition from Socratic ethics to metaphysical inquiries, particularly the theory of forms, the nature of the soul, and the philosopher's role in governance. In Meno, Socrates demonstrates that knowledge is recollection by guiding an uneducated slave to solve a geometric problem. This introduces the idea that the soul pre-exists before birth and possesses innate knowledge, an argument further developed in Phaedo. The soul and the afterlife are also explored. The Phaedo details Socrates' final moments, presenting for arguments for the soul's immortality. 1. The cyclical argument: life and death are interdependent. 2. The recollection argument: learning is remembering eternal truths. 3. The affinity argument: the soul resembles the divine and eternal rather than the perishable body. 4. The final argument: the soul is the source of life and therefore cannot die. This dialogue lays the foundation for later philosophical and religious ideas on the afterlife, influencing thinkers such as Plotinus and Augustine. In Symposium and Phaedrus, Plato explores the nature of love, eros. The Symposium presents Diotima's ladder, describing love as a journey from physical attraction to the contemplation of absolute beauty. The Phaedrus introduces the chariot allegory, depicting the soul as a charioteer struggling to balance reason and desire. These dialogues connect human emotions to philosophical enlightenment, illustrating how love can serve as a pathway to wisdom. Justice and the ideal state are topics discussed in his works. Plato's most famous work, The Republic, constructs an ideal society governed by philosopher kings. Key concepts include: 1. The tripartite soul, reason, spirit, appetite, mirroring the three classes of the city. 2. The allegory of the cave, illustrating the philosophers' Journey from Illusion to Enlightenment. 3. The Theory of Forms, asserting that true reality consists of unchanging, perfect ideals. Plato argues that only those who have ascended to true knowledge can govern justly, making the Republic one of the most influential political treatises in history. In Plato's Allegory of the Cave, prisoners are chained in a dark cave, only able to see shadows on a wall, mistaking them for reality. One prisoner is freed, discovers the outside world, and realizes the true nature of things beyond mere shadows. When he returns to free the others, they reject him, preferring the familiar illusions. The cave symbolizes ignorance, the shadows represent false beliefs, and the journey upward reflects the philosopher's path to enlightenment. The sun outside the cave represents the form of the good, the ultimate truth and source of knowledge. Plato uses this allegory to argue that education is the process of turning the soul toward true understanding. In his later years, Plato shifts to technical refinements in logic, cosmology, and governance. Key dialogues include Theaetetus, Sophist, Statesman, Timaeus, Critias, and Laws. The Theaetetus examines knowledge, refuting definitions such as perception or true belief, ultimately leaving the question open-ended. The Sophist clarifies non-being, distinguishing between deception and falsehood through dialectical reasoning. While the Republic idealizes philosopher kings, Laws offers a more pragmatic vision. In Laws, Plato proposes magnesia, a mixed constitution combining monarchy and democracy, governed by strict laws rather than philosopher rulers. This shift reflects his later political realism, acknowledging the challenges of implementing a purely philosophical government. Timaeus presents a creation myth featuring the demiurge, a divine craftsman who orders the universe based on mathematical harmony. Critias introduces the legend of Atlantis, an advanced civilization that falls due to moral decay, symbolizing the dangers of hubris. Plato's works have profoundly shaped Western thought. His theory of forms influenced metaphysics, his epistemology laid the groundwork for rationalism, and his political philosophy continues to inspire debates on governance and justice. His dialogues also served as the foundation for Aristotle's critique and subsequent development of logic and ethics. Plato's impact extends beyond philosophy, influencing Christian theology, Renaissance humanism, and modern political theory. His emphasis on dialectical reasoning remains central to philosophical inquiry today. Plato's dialogues represent an evolving philosophical system, moving from ethical inquiries to grand metaphysical and political theories. His legacy endures not only in academia but also in broader discussions of truth, justice, and the nature of reality. By engaging with his works, we continue the intellectual pursuit he championed, striving for wisdom and the good life. Thank you for watching the series on philosophy. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.